My apologies. I'm trying to record this with ScreenPal and it keeps failing, so I'm trying this through Canva. But hello, everyone. My name is Elysia Clopton, and I am here to discuss the impact of homelessness on families in Northeast Ohio and how we as a community can help. My goal by the end of this presentation today is to help illuminate what homelessness really looks like, what the impact of housing insecurity may have on children, families, and their communities is, and provide resources to those looking to help and to those in search of assistance. Before we dive in, I would like you to think about what homelessness looks like to you. Where do you see evidence of this in your city, your state, or your country? We may think of the tents that line Skid Row in California, or people seeking out warmth along cold New York City streets. This issue is not limited to high population regions. According to a 2020 study, the Department of Housing and Urban Development estimated that of the almost 54,000 families composed of over 171,000 individuals, 111,592 were children under 18. It's easy to imagine that these scenarios are far removed, but there are traces to be found across Northeast Ohio, and some of them are even closer to home than you might be aware. As travelers enter or leave the Cleveland area, drivers may pass someone waiting along an off-ramp, holding signs asking for assistance, bags bursting at their feet, packed with everything they physically own or could carry. These are more overt examples of the homeless crisis, but those individuals are still somewhat removed, a few minutes away from the freeway, and residents are back in their communities, and the reminders of the homeless population are quieted, reserved to the occasional local news broadcast. One of the many complexities around homelessness and identifying solutions is that there is no universally accepted definition of homelessness. Yes, there are individuals who sleep in cars or along downtown Cleveland streets. Then there is the invisible homeless population, those whose circumstances are better concealed and allows individuals to blend in with communities. These are people who may be couch surfing, living in motels or campgrounds, or bringing their children into shelters. As of 2024, the country saw an 18% increase in the homeless population. Around 12,000 people in Ohio face homelessness, and Cleveland's homeless population sees around 5,000 people every year facing housing insecurity. There are a number of contributing factors to homelessness. Unemployment can further exacerbate poverty. Individuals or families need to quickly leave an unsafe situation. Rising costs of housing. The list could go on, and some of the issues can and have intersected. The truth is that anyone could face housing insecurity. Life is unpredictable. Circumstances can change in an instant. So, what are the consequences of families navigating homelessness? For families, housing insecurity can limit their access to childcare, whether they have a community who can assist, whether they have the financial resources or the means to travel. This can also influence a parent's ability to maintain a job or build a career. Depending on the severity of their circumstances, this could also result in the removal of one's child from their care. In summary, this poses a risk to their physical, financial, and mental health. For children, it could mean being unable to get a warm meal. It could mean being unable to get to or from school or the ability to focus in class. According to the Department of Education and Workforce, in the 2023-2024 school year, Ohio had 25,550 students experiencing homelessness. Homelessness increases the risk of depression and anxiety among youths. Though there are laws in place to ensure homeless students receive the same protections as housed students, such as the McKinney-Vento Homeless Assistance Act, this does not change that children are impacted beyond their school environment when faced with housing insecurity. There are initiatives throughout Northeast Ohio aimed at assisting families in navigating homelessness, including assistance with shelter, food, clothing, and school, such as the Northeast Ohio Coalition for the Homeless, Sisters of Charity, and United Way Cleveland. Links to each of the organizations are included for quick reference. But what can we as a community do? Petition our local government to fund food banks and warming shelters. Connect with your school board to see what initiatives are in place to help at-risk students. Carpooling, community gardens, or family events can help return more resources to your community. We can learn from similar localities like Toledo, where the board established an enrichment program to teach students about healthy meal preparation and another program to focus on the costs and financial opportunities for college bound students. We can also donate money, food, supplies to your local center of care. You can check in with your friends and your neighbors. Our communities are stronger together, and we can do more to both prevent homelessness and help those in need. And here is the listing of sources referenced for this presentation. Thank you for your time.